Big thanks to EA for providing the opportunity to capture F1 2021 early. Welcome racers, this is Badgerman, and today we're going to look at the F1 2021 career mode, and we're going to take a deep dive into all the settings you can change. So let's get right into it. Let's look at the custom settings. So race style, we're going to go with expert. Casual really limits your options. Standard gives you some, but you get weather and time of day for expert and a couple more that we'll get into. So assists, nothing changes there. With one exception, you might notice no more fuel assist. That has a reason. Fuel assist is no longer in the game because of the real life regulation change that you are not allowed to use party mode in qualifying anymore. So you have to do the qualifying either in lean or medium, and whatever you do the qualifying in, you have to do the race in. If you set your fuel mix to lean accidentally on your qualifying lap, then you will have to do the race on lean fuel. That's a massive disadvantage. So put your fuel on standard in qualifying, put it on standard in the race. You will not be able to play around with it anymore, and therefore there is no need for a fuel assist. Weekend structure, not much changes there. Practice format, you can change that. That is locked in F1 career. One-shot qualifying, short qualifying, a single timed session, 3 timed sessions as per the official F1 qualifying. Session length, short, medium, long, full. Short is 5 laps, medium is 25%, long is 50%, full is 100%. And the practice adjusts, you can see that on the right side there, short, medium, long, full. Practice 30 and 60 minutes. And race 25 and 50%. We're gonna go with 5 lappers just to show you quickly how this goes. Weather and time of day. Forecast accuracy is a new setting that you can only have on expert. Perfect accuracy, that means the weather forecast is always 100% correct. Approximate, it gives you a little bit of an idea, you know, is kind of right, but there's a bit of uncertainty as well. And I really like that. For full-on realism, I think approximate is going to be the way to go. But if you're annoyed by that, or if you want to test for a league race, I think perfect is going to be your choice, rather. But if you're setting up a league race at the same time, you might want to go with approximate to let your drivers guess a little bit. So massive change there. Really, really like that. Career settings. Now, these are all new. All of them are new. Meet the press. You can decide that your PR agent now takes all the press meetings and you don't have to talk to Claire anymore. They will still happen, however, you don't have to take them anymore. You don't have control over them anymore, and it's all automated. It's fine. R&D management, also automated. If you don't want to care about upgrades, there will still be upgrades if you turn this off. But obviously you're not in charge of them. The AI will upgrade your car. And you might want to test how good the AI is. I would assume they're doing the recommended upgrades at all times, which isn't that bad. You know, if you don't want to care about R&D, if you don't want to put too much thought into it, yeah, turn it off. Team acclaim rate, player AI, acclaim rate, player AI, resource rate, player AI, and cash rate, player AI. This is to keep the career mode going, to keep it interesting beyond the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th season, where usually content creators are starting to struggle for content. Just ask guys like Aravan and Timot Marduk. They are really looking forward to these settings right here. And I gotta tell you, because we're streaming our driver career and my team over on Twitch, twitch.tv/Badgerman. Make sure you follow over there. As soon as the game comes out, we'll be on the My Team grind. And that really will keep it going. You have 3 options here. Default, which I think at the start you should keep it a default, all of these. Reduced, that really changes things for you. And then increased, that also really changes things. So if you feel like the AI is moving too quickly, well, you reduce it for the AI. If you feel like the AI is moving too slow, well, you increase it for the AI. All of these things you can change. And then we have fault frequency and fault types. So you have fault frequency off, low, and standard. Faults are completely disabled. They occur at a reduced rate or they occur at a standard rate. And then you have fault types. Low means mechanical failures are disabled. Technical faults are enabled but less severe. Standard means technical faults are completely enabled. Mechanical are completely disabled. And high means both of these are enabled. And standard, that really is the most realistic setting, but if you don't like these faults, if you don't care about durability, yeah, turn them off or make them lower. Perfectly fine, but here's the thing. A lot of people are thinking, and you're probably thinking right now, faults and failures, two different things. Well, read the fault types. So technical faults are issues that can be either temporary or permanent and have an impact upon your performance. That can be stuff like a gear's missing, your DRS doesn't work, your ERS, your battery has a temporary outage or a permanent outage. Mechanical failures are catastrophic issues which will force you to retire from the session. It's when your engine completely blows up. That's when your gearbox completely gives up. Your gearbox says, bye-bye, I'm done. And there are a lot of questions about these faults and failures being random. And there are a couple of content creators who have said before that these are random. According to my information from Codemasters directly, there is a slight chance that they are random. However, for the most part, they will be based on wear. They will not be random, they will be based on wear, and you will not experience those faults and failures below 50% wear on your engine parts, on your gearbox, etc. So take that all with a grain of salt, you know, try it out for yourself when the game comes out, July 16th or July 13th if you buy the deluxe edition. But mostly not random. All right, let's move on. Rules and flags. I mean, that's just self-explanatory. Same thing we've always seen. Rules and flags, corner cutting only, are completely on. Stringency, regular, and strict, no changes there. I would have liked to see a realistic setting that's somewhere between regular and strict and allows what real F1 allows, but isn't as strict as, which is really the F1 esports setting, if you will. Parc Fermé rules on or off. Safety car, you can't even turn that off. Oh no, it's because you can, but I have it set to 5 laps, therefore I can't change it. And formation lap, because I've also set it to 5 laps, so yeah, no point there. Simulation settings, that also quite different. Some things are still the same. AI difficulty, surface type, simplified or realistic, so if you get off the track, simplistic or simplified allows you to, you know, navigate the grass or the gravel a bit easier, whereas realistic makes that difficult. Recovery mode, flashbacks or auto reset to track, or nothing. If you set it to nothing, you will not have flashbacks. If you use the flashbacks, low, medium, high, unlimited. If you go auto reset to track, it's auto reset to track. You still won't have flashbacks, but the car will automatically reset to track. Now, flashback limits low, medium, high. I was testing this out with a 25% race earlier. The way this works apparently is that in a one-shot qualifying in 1 lap, you have 1 flashback on low, 2 flashbacks on medium, 3 flashbacks on high, and unlimited, of course, in unlimited. In the race, in a 25% race on low, you have 2 flashbacks. On medium, you have 4. On high, you have 6. And on unlimited, you have unlimited. Car damage, simulation, standard, reduced, off. Same settings as last year. However, we'll go into the damage model with another video in a couple of days. That should come out by Thursday or Friday. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to see that as well. We're going into the career mode right now, but there will be an extensive video on the damage model that you can then check out. Off means, of course, there's no damage. Reduced car damage means well, reduce car damage. Only tires and front wing can be damaged, both of which can be repaired at the pits. Standard means all areas of the car will be able to be damaged. Simulation, also, all areas of the car will be able to be damaged. The effect of damage upon the handling and performance of the car will be more pronounced. So on standard, you know, if you get damage, sure, it'll hurt you by about maybe half a second a lap. If you set it to simulation, all of a sudden, it's no longer half a second to a second. We're talking 2 to 3 seconds, probably. So, massive change there. Car damage rate. How quickly does your car suffer damage as a result of collisions? You know, I think what we're going to see in F1 Esports is probably simulation. I don't know if they've made any changes to the damage model in the situation with a case of where you have... where you can have punctures if you run over debris. I don't know. That would have to be tested out. It would be interesting to see. But certainly a lot more variability here, a lot more customizability here in terms of car damage and car damage rate. Low fuel mode, easy or hard. Once you run out of fuel, easy means you can still kind of go. You're gonna be slower, but it's only going to be slightly reduced. Hard means, yeah, you're struggling. You're struggling. Race stars, manual assisted, that's same as last year. Collisions on-off, same as last year. Tire temperature, surface only, surface and carcass, same as last year. No more changes there. We confirm those settings, and then we start the career. And here we are. So, this is the new driver career, and let's look at how everything looks. We see here... that's not really changed. We see on the right side what we can do in each department. So we see here unlimited upgrades in development simultaneously. Build time reduced by 40%. Failure chance reduced by 20%. Resource point generation 150. R&D. Big change. You see the development potential in the bottom right there. It's more of a pie that you're trying to fill in over time than it is really the sort of bars that we had. We still have the big bars, as you can see on the right side there, but not so much in the bottom. It's more of a circle, really. And if we go into the R&D, it's no longer the skill tree. We now have these cards, and the way this is working is that once you have a part that is being developed, or that can be developed, I should say. Once you have a part that can be developed, it shows the outline, but it shows it as a sort of, I guess, 3D mesh model, as you can see here. And then once it is fully developed, you can then see it filled in like these. They're like, it completely shows the item. It completely shows what is going on here. I personally like it. It shows the turbo here. It shows the ICE, the gearbox, the other things not unlocked yet. Here it shows the ignition system, the cylinder head, and here it shows lightweight pistons, turbo size, and valve timing. Here it shows the rear floor under tray, etc., etc. It looks really, really cool. It's basically the same system behind the scenes still. Beautiful, I think, certainly a lot better. Nice shake-up and makes things a bit different. R&D progress, you can see here, as always, what you're doing. Progress history shows you exactly where you started, where the other team started, and where they are now. Vehicle, nothing changed here. This is still the same pretty much. Corporate, contracts, and customization. You can change your driver profile. You can change your helmet and emotes here. Contracts, driver perks, of course. These are still the same. Not much changed here. Standings look the same. Season results look the same. Trophies look the same. Rivals look the same. And driver details look the same. So not much changed elsewhere, but the R&D definitely different. And yeah, that is career mode in a nutshell on F1 2021. What are you looking forward to the most? The customizability, the new R&D system, the damage model. What else in F1 2021? Any other game modes that catch your eye? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you have any questions related to career mode or any other game mode or anything else in F1 2021, put them in the comments down below and I'll try to answer as many of them as I can. Thank you very much for watching, and until the next video, goodbye.